Okay, so what you're looking at on the screen right here is my entire entrepreneurship journey from literally $0 to $25,000 per month. And literally everything that happened, including all of the fails in that 2-year period. Now, this took me a lot of time. I had to go through all the photos on my phone and cherry pick all the different things I was doing that were actually related to the businesses I was working on and trying. So I finally put it together. I have all of this. There's a lot to go through in this video. And in case you don't know me, I'm fully transparent about all the money that I make and exactly how. That's kind of the whole purpose of this channel and my brand and my mission, actually. My value proposition to you guys isn't that I'm the richest entrepreneur or the most talented even, but that I'm going to be 100% transparent about everything I do so you guys can learn from everything on my journey. Now, before I start, in case you don't believe me, or in case you want to literally follow the amount of revenue that I make over time, I started officially tracking my income and expenses in January of 2024. So you can see on screen right here, this is my personal income, everything here. And I have viewing access. Literally anyone that wants to see this can just go to the description of this video and view my personal income. Now, just to be clear, guys, my personal revenue is different than my business's revenue because I'm not a 100% owner in the business. So if you see a difference between my personal income and how much money I'm putting on here, that's because the business makes separate income that I haven't taken out the profit of yet. However, for the purpose of this video, I'm still gonna count it and show you guys like what that revenue is and have it count towards my total amount of money made across my entrepreneurship journey. So with that being said, let's get into this. I'm really excited. So my entrepreneurship journey didn't really start until November, but I did want to show you guys the steps leading up to how I actually even got into entrepreneurship in the first place. So it all started when I got to college. This is a picture of the first day I got to college when I just moved into my new dorm room, and this is my mom right here. Shout out, Mom. And basically in this photo right here, I had no idea that entrepreneurship was something that I even wanted to pursue. Literally was not on my mind at all. I didn't even think of entrepreneurship as a thing. So I literally had no idea right here. And so here's some other stuff of me at college. This is me juggling in my room. You might be able to tell that I wasn't the most social person when college started. This was my setup right here in college, my computer, my dual monitor setup, and my desk. And so this was my college experience. It was chilling in the lounge room with some other kids and playing like Smash Bros sometimes. It was going to the gym and making progress on that. I was super into the gym at the time. So this is me deadlifting I don't know how much, maybe 300 pounds for a couple reps here. I think 5 reps. And so the gym is something I was really into. So when it came to motivation, I never really struggled. I was super motivated to do whatever I wanted to do. And the gym was the main thing I was motivated to actually improve at and get better at. And entrepreneurship wasn't even on the table at all yet at the time. So I had all the drive that was there, but entrepreneurship just wasn't something that was on my mind. But then this little class I was in right here definitely kind of changed my mind about the schooling system and what I was even in college for. So this class, I don't know if you can see here, but it's basically calculus. And the thing is, I already took calculus in high school and I got an A. I was really good at math actually, and so calculus was never a problem for me. But then I had to retake calculus in college because my credits didn't transfer and the work was way more annoying. So in high school, I could pretty much get away with not studying that much because I was good enough at the subject that if I just came in that day during the test, I would still be able to do fine even without that much study because I was able to just pick up the concepts quickly and understand them. But in this class, there was so much busy work, it was crazy. So no matter how good I was at math, I still had to write all the answers to the problem sets and upload them. And so ultimately I just started skipping this class because it wasn't even worth it for me. And I ended, I think, with a B or a B plus in calculus, which is insane because it's I already passed calculus with an A. I was forced to retake it and then I get a B the second time I take it because the rules require way more busy work and I just really don't want to do that shit. So this class was the first semester, and it was around after this semester and after this class when I realized okay, what the hell is the point of class if I'm gonna do worse than I did in the past on a class that I have to retake of information that I've already mastered, when I could be spending my time doing stuff that's actually interesting or actually learning or actually making money. And that was kind of the core mentality that shifted between November, December, and January, where I went, what even is the point of these classes that I'm taking? And the second major reflection I had is what am I gonna major in? Because when I got to college right here, I had no idea what I was gonna major in. And even up to here, I had no idea what I'm doing here, what major I'm gonna pick or anything like that. So that line of thinking led me down, okay, well, I could major in this thing and that would lead me to this job. And then do I really want that job? And I was well, not necessarily. So what about this major? Well, that would lead me to this job. And do I really want that? Well, probably not that either. So then I was okay, if I don't want to decide on a major and I kind of just want to live in this weird land where I don't know know what I'm going to do, or B, I should at least be able to know that I can make money, so that if I want to pick a major that's complete BS, I don't need someone to tell me, well, that major's not going to make any money, you know, in that job that doesn't actually pay well. I wouldn't have to care because I already knew that I could make money. So then I could really just major in whatever I want, because if anyone criticizes me and says, well, how are you going to make money doing that? I'm like, I don't need that to make money. I already know how to make money. So that, along with my complete disdain for like any of the jobs that presented themselves, made me start my entrepreneurship journey. And again, this really started in November or December of 2022. So 2 years ago, basically. And the first thing I ever tried in entrepreneurship was dropshipping. Now, if you're not sure where you want to start, I highly recommend dropshipping. And the reason is not because you're going to make $1 million off your first store. You're probably not. But the reason is because you learn so much about so many different aspects of business that it's so transferable to any other things you could do to make money. So I'll show you what I did in a second here. But just to explain this, like, you have to learn how to make a Shopify store, then how to make upsells, then how to convince people to buy a product. And then to actually get people to buy it, you have to post videos on social media. So you have to figure out how to go viral, how to get attention. If you want to scale that, you have to learn how to do paid ads on social media. If you want to scale past that, you're probably going to buy inventory up front to save on costs, which means you're going to have to get a much better understanding of e-commerce. And so think about it. All of those skills on their own could probably give you a full-time 10K a month salary. If you're insane at web design and you can improve e-commerce stores and improve their sales, you'll be able to make money. If you're a really good copywriter, you'll be able to make money. If you can consistently go viral and market a product well, you'll be able to make money. If you can run profitable paid ads for a business, you'll be able to make money. So dropshipping really gives you a touch in every single one of those areas. And then you might end up liking one of them more and then be able to go all in on that and then just do that full time for actual successful stores and then make your money that way. But anyways, let me show you the first thing I actually tried while dropshipping. So I started with my friend. Now he actually lives in the suburbs of Chicago and I was in college in upstate New York. So we were just communicating totally online and started this business, again, 100% online. Like, me and him just talked on Discord and we would just grind this. And by the way, I recommend that to anyone. So starting with a friend gave me like so much more motivation and enjoyment along this process that I highly recommend. If you have a friend that you want to start something with, do that instead of trying to do it all yourself. They're going to be able to fill gaps that you would never be able to fill yourself, and it is so worth it. Anyways, we were doing a bunch of research on like different products, and both of us were into the game Valorant. So we understood like gun skins and cool knives. And so when we were doing our research, we eventually came to one of these products that was a comb, but in the shape of a butterfly knife. So this was the first thing we tried dropshipping. Now we got this product and it was actually pretty cool. Like, we made videos referencing Valorant, like Yoru's comb. If you play Valorant, you know what I'm referencing here, but we would post videos to TikTok organically and then try to push people to our website from that. So here's what some of our videos look like. I'll play these for you guys.
Yoru's comb IRL.
So this is pretty bad. It doesn't actually do much selling the product really. But yeah, this is literally me right here in my room playing with the butterfly comb that we got and trying to make TikTok videos to sell it. The company was called Spin It Toys. I don't think this account is active anymore on TikTok, but yeah. Then we tried some other videos like this.
Prominent players, you need to get this. It's literally better than a fidget spinner.
So this was probably a better sales video saying it's literally better than a fidget spinner, which speaks to the actual value prop of it, right? That you can actually play with it and do fun stuff with it. And this toy was actually genuinely fun, so that's not even a lie. Then we tried to do even more creative stuff to get more views. So with this video right here, we tried to just put a banana on the doorknob just to get more comments on our video and get more engagement. It didn't really work that well, but still, this was just us experimenting for the first time ever. And by the way, I want to emphasize here that I literally had $0. So all the side hustles that I ever started, I did with $0 up front. And like, yes, my parents had money and I could spend it, but I never wanted to spend my parents' money on an entrepreneurial risk that I wanted to take. So all of this was pretty much started with $0. Like, my friend fronted the capital for buying this knife, which was like $10 or something. We spent $1 a month for the first month to start our Shopify store. So yeah, there was basically no expenses and I didn't spend any of the money I made until I made my first dollar online. Then we experimented with videos like this.
Do me a favor, shut the fuck up.
This video I actually liked a lot. It was like doing a comparison between a brush and using the audio. That was pretty trending at the time. So normal brush talks, and then the butterfly comb says, do me a favor, STFU. And then I show the butterfly comb playing with it because it's way better than a standard comb. But yeah, after doing a bunch of videos like this, we didn't end up making any sales. So that's when we realized we had to pivot. And after doing a bunch of research, we found a product that we actually thought we had a really good angle on and we could put a really good spin on. So what we found was this company called Ridge, or Ridge Wallet, and they make these super minimalist wallets. You can see like these wallets are so minimalist. They're basically like nothing, not even that much material or anything that goes into these. And they were able to sell these for $175. And this is a pretty successful company. So this is crazy. We were looking at this and we're like, okay, there's already a huge demand for these minimalist wallets. And realistically, this is the most overpriced thing possible. So what if we just positioned ourselves as a version of Ridge Wallet that was actually affordable? So instead of trying to sell these super overpriced wallets, we ended up just finding a knockoff of Ridge Wallet that we could drop ship, and we sold our wallets for a huge discount. So if we look at Ridge's 24 karat gold wallet, it's $195. And the reason I put 24 karat gold in quotes is because if you look it up, it's not like this is made of pure gold. It just has like one tiny, extremely thin layer of gold, and then they can claim it's 24 karat because there is technically 24 karat gold in here. But I promise you, it is not the reason that this costs $195. The amount of gold they put inside of it is like almost 100% a marketing tactic and barely adds to the actual value of the product. Anyways, since we saw that this was so successful, we were like, there's clearly a demand for this. We could just do the same exact thing, but just sell it for way cheaper. So that's exactly what we did. We had these metallic wallets that we sold for $39.99. And we had a couple different options. Like we also had carbon fiber wallets, metallic. And this is what our website literally looked like. We called ourselves Crowned Men's Essentials. So we wanted to still maintain like a premium feel to the wallet like this by having a minimalist logo and calling it Men's Essentials. But really it would be a lot cheaper. And so we listed the wallets and we listed a couple other like men's essentials items like vintage ring or tactical pocket knife or plasma lighter or leather key case. And so I hope you guys are starting to see here, like this is kind of the marketing tactic that went into this. Like we wanted to make it like a men's special item, when in reality it's basically the same stuff that was just drop shipped from any other store, but just a nice marketing spin on it, honestly. Here's an example of one of the videos. I didn't have any videos saved, but here's a screenshot I found of one of the videos. And surprisingly, we actually started making sales on here, which literally blew my mind. So at the time, we had under 1,000 followers on TikTok, which means that we literally didn't have enough followers to put a link in our bio to the wallets. So the only way we could get around that was by linking people to our Instagram and putting the link in our Instagram bio. And our Instagram had like 5 followers. And still, with that bad of a social media profile and that little social proof, we were able to make like $800 in total sales. We ended up taking down the Shopify store, but I did end up finding this with some proof of the sales that we had made, which was sick. And literally, people actually genuinely enjoyed the product. Like this is a real review that we got on our website of someone saying, wanted to buy the Ridge wallet for $95, then found this one, very similar, saved me money, came fast to the USA. I was genuinely surprised by this. Like this is an actual real person who got the product and liked it and reviewed it. But I didn't even really fully understand the power of it until we came up with this ad. So I now know that this is called like a comparison ad. And literally all we did here was we put Ridge wallets on the left called Carbon Fiber 3K and showed the price, $140. Then put our wallet on the right that we called Carbon Fiber, showing that it's basically the same thing, if not even slightly better than Ridge, because ours actually has a clip on this side. And ours was only priced for $35. So when people see the comparison ad like this, they're like, well, this is a no-brainer. And I posted an organic TikTok video where it was literally just a video of my face pointing up at this little ad right here, or it's, I guess, a meme or an ad. And it got like 200,000 views. And so that is when I really started to see, okay, wow, social media is like extremely powerful for getting eyeballs on a product. And that single video probably led to like multiple hundreds of dollars in sales, which means that if you're skilled enough and you know what you're doing, you can post one video and make a couple $100. And if you master the skill, the idea is you can do that every single time. So that was all pretty much the success I saw with dropshipping. Eventually my friend wanted to stop, so I decided to stop too. But literally in our first month, we made like $800, way better results than I was ever expecting. And even though after that month, we both decided to stop, that gave me enough proof that I was like, okay, if me, someone who has like no skills yet, no budget, a social media following with 0 followers, is able to make $800 in the first month, imagine if I actually set my mind to this and grinded. Like this was more than enough proof for me to see I can make money online. I just need to develop my skills and then give it time to compound. And so this is why I recommend dropshipping. This was pivotal for me in terms of my entire entrepreneurship journey. Just seeing even the couple $100s that this made with all the effort I put into it was like, okay, I know I can do this. But yeah, after we decided to stop this, that led me to my next side hustle. Okay, so the next thing I started doing after dropshipping was that I still didn't actually have that much money up front. So I had to think of another business where I didn't actually own any upfront inventory. And what I started doing was something called print on demand. Now, if you don't know what this is, Printful is a pretty good example of a print-on-demand service. And basically what they allow you to do is they take blank pieces of clothing, so shirts, hats, or anything. Then once you actually make a sale, they print your logo or whatever your design was on the shirt and then ship it out to the customer on your behalf. And so that's done for a flat fee, and you only pay after someone actually bought the clothing from your store. So it basically allows you to make a clothing store with zero upfront cost. So given this, I figured I could start a clothing brand, and I called it Anti-Apparel with a little Patrick Bateman person as the logo. And we would just basically make these troll pieces of clothing. So I have some pretty vile ones here, but I'll start with this. D1 Instigator. I had a hoodie that said, "There are no losers in gambling, only winners and quitters." I had a hat called I Heart Dilfs. We had one where there was no text. It was literally just car keys, X bottle of alcohol. And some other just funny random designs. We had the one of Andrew Tate saying, "Breathe air," with like a cross out of the vape. Anyways, pretty stupid stuff. And then I just marketed it on TikTok by showing pictures of the design. Now, to be honest, this was a fun project, but it didn't really make that many sales. It made like maybe 2 or 3 sales, I think. Oh, and by the way, here was another design we had. This shirt is insanely vile. I'm not gonna say it, but you can understand what this is saying on here. Anyways, yeah, it wasn't super successful, so I was like, all right, I gotta try something else. And I figured I may as well start with something that I was already pretty good at now, which was the print-on-demand stuff. I already knew how to do all of it. I already knew how to make a Shopify store. So I figured I'd do a version of this type of clothing thing, but for my school's brand. So I go to Cornell University, and honestly, their designs, you can even see here, low-key, it's not that good. So that's why I thought there was actually a big opening to make something even cooler. So instead, what I tried to do was Cornell. So this is not my own idea. Some people even have already made like a sticker for this idea. Or a lot of people, when they go to Cornell, they put in their Instagram bio, the corn emoji, and then the letter L, Cornell. And so I decided to make like a more professional looking version of this design and slap it on some clothing. So it looked like this, Cornell. We had the Cornell logo here. I even got a hoodie for myself because I thought it was cool. And I would try to wear it and position myself in spots where other people would notice it and ultimately even buy it. I remember specifically putting up these stickers around my college dorm. And I even went on my school's subreddit and posted a video of me juggling while wearing it just to get extra eyeballs on it. And then purposely forged comments so that I could promote my own store without it seeming salesy at all. So I got my friend to comment, "Nice shirt, where did you get that?" Just so I could respond, "Oh, I got it from this store, it's super sick, blah, blah, blah." And this led to maybe a couple $100s in sales, but it was nothing crazy. So again, I had to find something new. Plus I was like, there's not even that big of a market for this. Like all I could do is try to market it to people at Cornell. But even then, it's not like there's that many Cornell students who would even want to buy this. So this isn't even really a long-term viable business anyways. So I tried moving on to something else. Now this was right after January of 2023, around this time. And so this is when like ChatGPT started hitting and Stable Diffusion, like the AI image generator, and this entire AI revolution was just starting around this time. And I was like, all right, there's definitely a way to make money with AI. So let me try a bunch of different things. And I'm gonna be 100% honest here. I kid you not. There was this website called Feet Finder where you could make money from feet pictures. And one of the first things I tried was trying to make feet pictures with AI, make them photorealistic enough to post them on Feet Finder, and then try to make money through that. But this is when AI was really glitchy. And so after trying it, I found that it didn't work. Like if you tried to generate an image of a foot, it would give the foot like 8 toes. And so it just didn't work well. So I didn't bother with that, but that was just a funny, but yeah, I literally tried to make money by selling AI generated feet pictures online. That is something I actually did. Anyways, that obviously didn't work. So then I tried another thing with AI. So this was an opening I thought could work really well, but didn't end up really working that well. And all it was basically, I found that on Etsy, people would sell custom drawings for people. So this person right here has 7,551 sales of drawing couples. So basically you as the couple would send in an image of you guys, and then this person would create a custom drawing for. Same thing here, they sent in an image and this artist created a custom drawing for this couple. And I was like, all right, this seems viable because 7,500 sales at $25. That's like the starting price. The average order value is probably closer to like $40 $40. I was like, okay, 7,500 times 40, that's 300,000. If I could do that in a year, now we're actually talking when it comes to how much money I know I could make. And so the idea was to take actual pictures of couples, run them through AI, and then generate one with AI that looks like it was a custom drawing, but really it was done in like a minute or two with AI. The thing though is I would obviously still market it as a custom drawing, which it is technically a custom drawing. I just wouldn't say that it was made by AI, otherwise people probably wouldn't be willing to pay that much for it. And this business, unsurprisingly, failed. And that was actually mainly because AI at the time just simply was not good enough. So it was only very specific, very clear images that this would actually work with. So for example, this one was an actual version of an AI generated image. But on the whole, I tested it with a bunch of images that I had my mom submit. So like I tried doing it with this one and it just was not giving me a good output. So ultimately, since I couldn't consistently actually generate a good image from the image that someone gave me, I couldn't actually really sell this service as something that I could actually do. So I ended up shutting this down. So then I was back to square one. I was like, I don't know what I should do now. So I did what I consider to be a pretty important exercise now. What I did literally right between this side hustle and this side hustle, then I set a timer for 20 minutes and wrote down literally every asset that I had. And what I actually mean by that is I wrote down everything that could potentially be used as a resource that I could try to take advantage of and use in a way that could ultimately make me money. So I wrote down things that I know sound pretty simple, but are actually resource. Like the fact that I have a phone, the fact that I have a camera, the fact that I lived in New York City, so I have access to places like Central Park. All of those things I just wrote down, and that's how I came up with the next side hustle that I would do. So if you're not sure which side hustle you want to do, I highly recommend that exercise. But basically doing that exercise made me realize a talent that I could easily take advantage of and just for some reason never did yet, which was the fact that I'm just insanely good at juggling and I never tried to use it to make money really. And it was a talent that literally no one else has, just something that I know how to do that other people do not know how to do. So I literally just started posting juggling videos. Here are some of my earliest videos. I had a trend going where I would do day one of juggling until Yeet invites me to be in one of his music videos. And then literally by day 4, Yeet, like the rapper, already responded to one of my videos. I never ended up being invited to one of his music videos, but yeah, this was just absolutely sick. So yeah, I kept posting more and more juggling videos, and over time I started to actually go viral because I had spent so much time figuring out how to get views on social media. Like I had all this history from dropshipping of getting views on videos. I had one that already had 200K views, and now I actually had a talent that distinguished myself compared to other people. So this was the first video that I ever posted that went viral, and I had 2.2 million views. From there, I started posting more. I had another one hit 2.5 million and started growing my follower. And this was probably around March or April, and I had 30K followers on TikTok. It was going pretty well compared to all the things I'd ever done. Now, to be honest, I still didn't really fully know how I was gonna make money from this, but all I knew was that having a lot of followers, there has to be some way to make money from it. So I just kept grinding them. Now, at around the same time that my juggling channel started blowing up, I said, okay, I could actually do content creation in any different type of niche that I wanted to. Like I wanted to talk about some philosophical ideas that I had and kind of wanted to use a different outlet for it than just talking to my friends. And I knew I could actually try to gain followers with it as well. So around this time, I made a new channel called Opinionator. And this was kind of the first time that I actually made a channel where I was talking to the camera. Because in all my juggling videos, I wasn't really talking. I just juggled with music or text on the screen. But in this one, I actually posted one of my first talking videos. So I want you guys to see this and actually start to understand like this is how I got into content creation. And this also helped me understand editing a little better and the structure of a viral video. So check this video out. This was from like a year and a half ago. So here's the video.
Here's how I never run out of things to say. Oxford University. That's right, Oxford University has a test, and this is known to be the hardest test in the entire world. So what's on this test? Is it questions for a lawyer, doctor, or a businessman? Nope. It's actually simple philosophical questions. To pass a test that only 2 applicants get accepted to every year, you must answer 3 out of the following 34 philosophical questions. And even though these questions are intended to be tested upon, they actually are great conversation starters. And Oxford has all of them posted for free. So it's really a no-brainer. Next time you run out of something to say, you'll have hundreds of different options. So next time you're worried about running out of things to say, then don't worry, because
And then the video loops. But I wanted to play this because just look at how ass this video is. I was nowhere near as good on camera. The editing was pretty bad. I literally repeat myself in it. And so this is where I got my start. Like I was literally just posting videos online of me talking about stuff. Like you can watch this one. One of the first videos pretty much of me talking to a camera and actually going viral with it. And I've gotten so much better from here. Anyways, this channel was kind of just a side project. So I focused more on the juggling stuff for the next like year. One thing I tried was 3D printing these club holders. See, it can hold a bunch of clubs in one thing. And then I was gonna try to sell this at juggling conventions. That completely failed. I barely made any sales on this. It was low-key just a worthless project. However, by this time I had actually made some money. So I had some money to invest. So that's when I started a juggling ball company related to my juggling content. So I grew my TikTok to over 150K followers by this point. And I also had a bunch of long form videos that I started posting. So over the summer, I recorded a ton of long form videos at once and then just scheduled all of them to be posted for the next year or two. Along this time, I did try other stuff. Like I had this drop shipping product, which I thought would do well, but I got it. And then ultimately I decided that I didn't want to do drop shipping at that point. So I didn't actually work on this at all. I tried making more videos in a bunch of different niches. So this was a video of me just reviewing a book I had read. And again, I want you to take a look here at how much worse I was on camera than I am now. So take a look at this video real quick.
Everything that they tried to find was to see if they could find ways to get that automatic influence out of humans instead of trying to manually get them to think through every process. Because if you can trigger that animalistic thing in humans, then you have a position of huge leverage because you can't necessarily get everything you want, but if you are persuasive, you can get other people to get you the things you want. And so that makes persuasion one of the highest leverage skills on the planet.
So yeah, you can see here, even there, like my presence on camera is nowhere near what it is now. I hope it continues to improve. Something that started to become more of a passion of mine was calisthenics. So this is around in May, or I think the start of the summer of 2023. So I wanted to show other people my calisthenics skills. So I kind of made a channel for this and started posting some videos on it, including this one where I showed my friend how to do a muscle up.
Came to me asking if I could teach him how to do a muscle up. And this is what it looked like at first.
And from here, the video basically shows him his progress of getting to a muscle up. So he went from this to like all the way to this.
Let's get it, Cooper.
Good. Yes! Good, let's fucking go! Let's go.
So yeah, that was pretty funny. But then around September of 2023, I actually started this channel called moneymind News. And that's kind of what you're watching right now. You're watching moneymind Unfiltered. This is the kind of behind the scenes look at everything I've done on my channel. It turns out that people prefer the unfiltered thing. So I still have this TikTok. I still have this YouTube channel. You can see my YouTube is at moneymind News. And this actually only has 13,000 subscribers compared to the channel that you're watching this on right now, which as of September 17th has 25,000 subscribers, which is crazy. This is the growth in like a month, and I'm gonna get to this on the sheet. Anyways, this was basically me just posting TikToks of stuff related to money. You can even see this video right here is how much money Skibbity Toilet makes. I have this one called the funniest fraud of all time, and I literally was just posting TikToks about stuff that I thought was interesting related to money. If you go to my TikTok, moneymind News, you can sort videos by oldest and see like the actual starting videos on this channel. Like here's the first video I've ever posted to this channel.
This guy is making $300,000 a month on TikTok. Here's how. He is uploading videos of bottles breaking on the floor, and that's it. And you might wonder, well, how does that actually make any money? Well, TikTok recently dropped its creativity program, which allows you to actually make good money from TikTok, but only if your video is over a minute long. But if it is, you can make at least $1 per 1,000 views.
So you can even see in this video where I started the ideas for like YouTube Shorts automation. And luckily I did make this channel and actually start posting on it, because over time I would post better and better videos and actually improve. Like this was a video, now this one didn't actually get that many views, but it's one that I was pretty proud of.
Warren Buffett pays a lower tax rate than his secretary, but how is this possible?
She pays at twice the rate I'm paying. I think that's outrageous.
Well, it all has to do with how each of them get paid. His secretary gets paid a standard salary. In the upper income brackets, this can be as high as 37%. Buffett, on the other hand, gets paid a little differently. He makes his money by his assets going up in value. For example, if he bought this pen at $1 and a year later it was worth $10, he would have to pay tax on that $9 increase. This is called capital gains tax, and the highest tax rate for this is 20%. Some people argue that having a lower
Anyway, you can see here how much better my presence on camera is and how much better the editing for this video actually was too. And so as this progressed, this is actually how I met my co-founder for faceless automation channels, which I'm about to get into. So before I had the faceless automation channels that you guys see now with the animal stuff, I actually tried this faceless automation concept with AI. So I had this AI Steve Jobs talking about different business tactics. And this channel completely flopped. I only posted like 5 to 10 videos with this style, but yeah, they just didn't do well at all. And they looked something like this.
Did you know that Starbucks uses 5 major manipulation techniques to sell you their overpriced mediocre coffee? First, Starbucks capitalizes on customers' names to foster a sense of camaraderie. They write the names on the cups and call them out when the drink is ready.
These videos were okay. They didn't really go crazy, but this was my start into AI automation or faceless YouTube automation. I started with TikTok, but yeah, from this channel, moneymind News, that's how I met my co-founder for all the animal channels that I run. I'm about to get into that. And I actually made a YouTube video on him a while ago, but no one really saw it. But it was based off of how much money he was making with his animal stuff. And so I did a video kind of interviewing him and going through how much he makes with that. And that's what this video was right here.
What's up, guys? I'm about to go to sleep, but I just finally finished editing this video, which took forever.
And he comfortably makes over $10,000 per month by reposting other people's videos of cute animals. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. I mean, this dog alone right here.
Anyway, this video took a lot of work, but I think it's going to be really good. Hopefully it gets some views on YouTube, and if it does, I can kickstart my channel where I talk about all things money. So if you really like that, I don't know what to do, but I mean, maybe just send me a message.
Anyways, that video did not, in fact, get a lot of views, unfortunately. But if you go here, you can see this is literally one of my first videos, how to make $10,000 per month with dog videos, posted 1 year ago. And so eventually I decided to keep making some of these more long form videos. You can see here, starting around 3 months ago, it got a little more professional, but back to the moneymind channel in a second. In that meantime, around September or August, we started trying to automate the animal videos. So I went to AJ, my co-founder right here, and I told him, bro, I realized, like, you know my juggling channel, right? It's so big. I have an editor for it that I've been using for a long time. He's great. We could try to use this editor to actually make your animal videos, post it on new channels, and just scale this up and split the revenue with. And he was like, bro, I'm down. So here are some of the first animal videos that we had, and these were just complete ass. Like, the editor didn't know what they were doing. There's no emotion behind the scripts. The clips are pretty bad. Like, this doesn't really do anything to the videos. And so over time, we started making better and better videos. So now we have an actual video where an animal is being rescued and the script is actually more like his scripts. And then ultimately we actually met up. So I didn't meet my co-founder physically, but actually probably only 2 or 3 months after we started working together. And yeah, so that leads to where we are today, where on YouTube, he has 513K subs. That's how we got the first YouTube play button. We have multiple channels now making money on automation. We have YouTube ad revenue, YouTube Shorts music royalties, another 13K. We have a bunch of TikToks that we're also gonna get back to start posting on. And all of this really came from the connection I had to the editors when I did all the juggling stuff, and the connection I had to AJ because he actually watched my videos on making money through TikTok, which I posted transparently on with this channel. Now back to on the personal side of things, I started posting some videos about Snapchat on my moneymind channel, and these videos outperformed all the other ones like crazy. So you can see here, this video, how to make money with Snapchat spotlights, has 77,000 views. This one on Snap's new monetization program has 38,000. This one on how to gain more followers on Snap has 15,000. And this was my first experience getting views from YouTube search, which I have whole videos on. But this basically means I ranked #1 when someone looked something up on YouTube search. So my views were linear instead of dying off. And it was my first experience really affiliate marketing. So this is one of the softwares that I talk about in that video, and in the past 30 days has made me $1,200 in commission. So this let me know, okay, here's a way that I can actually make money through my content that isn't just from direct ad revenue. And if it's a software, the money is actually recurring. So as long as the person doesn't cancel, I keep making $1,200 every single month. And I was like, that's pretty OP. So I started the channel you're watching this on now, called the Unfiltered unfiltered channel where I literally was like, all right, I want to test posting some of the videos that I want to post on my main channel, but just make some more casual ones. So I literally uploaded a bunch of casual videos. I have my net worth as a 20-year-old college student, the make money online space is broken. And then by the third one, Non-Guru explains how to print with YouTube Shorts automation, I got 360,000 views. It was insane. And now that's the channel that you're actually watching this video on. I haven't even been monetized for a month yet, and this long form channel has made around $1,000. And so all of that goes into my personal revenue, but this doesn't include any of the business revenue. So this month, my personal revenue, I know it's already at over 2.5K. I think if I play my cards right, I'm looking at probably at least $5,000 in personal revenue this month. And then last month in January, our faceless channels all combined made $12,000. And this month, I know we're having a really good month because we're gonna get all of our ad revenue on top of commission from music royalties that I've helped refer people to. So altogether, I presume that's gonna be at least $20,000. And that's how I'm now at $25,000 per month. Now, again, that's in revenue right now. And also I wanna emphasize, like, that's not 100% my ownership of that revenue, but a chunk of it is personal revenue. And then I have a decent chunk in a company that's going to be making probably at least 20K next month. So that's been my ride so far. My entire entrepreneurship journey from $0 to $25,000 per month. Everything, like my thought process, all of the mistakes I made. Can you believe how bad some of the videos of me were, or how hard some of these businesses flopped? Like, I poured hours into something like this cartoon sketch thing and it just completely flopped. Same with the Cornell clothing thing, same with this thing, same with so many side hustles. So the point is, you're gonna fail a ton. This is even just in 2 years. Like, imagine what my 10-year journey of entrepreneurship will look like, how many failures I'm gonna have, how many failures I'm making right now even. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a transparent look that actually looks like, with pictures and actual evidence, my entire entrepreneurship journey for the past 2 years since I've started. So I hope that inspires you guys. Like, that's how long it takes. That's how many failures there are. And even after 2 years, my personal take home isn't even that crazy. But I do think this is a realistic entrepreneurship journey. And again, I mean, I started with no money up front. If I actually had capital, I would probably be able to make mistakes much quicker and learn from them a lot faster. So that's my entire entrepreneurship journey with full transparency and zero gatekeeping. That's my mission. If you want to support it, you can subscribe to this channel. And thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video, and peace.